What's up? It's Marco, Sage of Soccer. Today I'm going to be talking about the U.S. men's national team 3-0 win against Morocco. Really good performance by a couple of players. I think a lot of individually great performances. The team as a whole I'll get to, but a couple of really nice performances. I think we got to start with Christian Pulisic. Great job. He was looking dangerous and in the box made things happen. He had an amazing touch to bring down a Walker Zimmerman long ball. Great job to hold up the ball, set up Aaronson for an easy goal. Great work by Pulisic today. Also won the penalty. And yeah, overall, just a really strong performance. That's what you'd like to see out of Pulisic. Just looked dangerous the entire time. It's awesome to see that he still has a game like that in him. He was looking a lot more explosive than he has for us recently. Just great performance by Christian Pulisic. Tim Weah as well looked very strong, even before the goal, which the goal was a little bit of a fluke, but it was still a nice shot. We've seen what he can do in that type of situation. And he was looking dangerous all game, getting good positions, putting in good crosses, and doing a very good job. And he was combining extremely well with Brenden Aaronson. Those are two players I didn't really expect to have chemistry because they always play on different sides of the field if they're playing together, or they might even be competing for spots. But they were combining very well. Aaronson, as a whole, he just man, great performance. A lot better defensive work than I really thought he had in him. He was making a lot of really nice tackles. Like we know he has the pressing in him, but just very solid, making a lot of good tackles. Combining very well, as I mentioned, and scoring the goal. Really good touch to set up the penalty for the third one, and a really strong performance by Brenden Aaronson. Then Walker Zimmerman, solid at the back as well. First time really see one of his passes be dangerous for the national team. I kind of think it was a fluke, but still, it was a really nice pass set up Pulisic. I think the announcer said it was just like the one that Ukraine had earlier in the day, so great job there. And I think Matt Turner had you can't say he had a great game because he didn't have too many tough saves to make, but always good when he was called on. And I think this was one of the better performances he's had with his feet in the national team. Sure, there were a couple giveaways, but he had a really nice moment with a pass to Joe Scally at the end of the game, which I think that was impressive. I think he is getting slightly better with his feet. He's never going to be passable, but it's improving. So a couple of really strong performances, but I think that's about it for at least the first half. I think that the rest of our team really weren't performing, and I think as a whole the team wasn't looking that good. We were really struggling to build the ball through the midfield. The team, in the first half at least, we were just kind of static, not moving around as much, really just, yeah, static, and not doing the best building out of the back. I think Tyler Adams had another pretty poor performance. Even defensively, he was getting kind of beat a lot, and really, he doesn't offer much on the ball. It's been really disappointing how he's been performing these last few weeks, or last few windows, and not the greatest there. Yunus Musah, I think he was used to playing CONCACAF opposition, where he just put on the USA shirt and just be the best player on the field. He was trying to do a lot of dribbling that would have worked against a Panama, against a Honduras, but against a more respectable team, just didn't end up working out, and he's giving the ball away a lot, and a lot of times in dangerous positions, and I really think that he's the odd man out on this team. I think once Ferreira and once McKennie get back to full fitness, Moose is probably going to be on the bench, which I think has to be a good thing. I really don't feel too comfortable with the 19-year-old starting at the World Cup. He's still a very talented player. He might have the highest potential on this entire team, but I think I would rather have McKennie. I think I'd rather have Aaronson. I'd rather have Weah. So I feel like he might be the odd man out. Defense, not looking great. Did keep a clean sheet, but man, there were a lot of chances given to the Moroccan team. Antonee Robinson was getting kind of abused by Hakimi. That's Hakimi, though, a really good player, bordering on world class, but he's going to be going up against Reece James at the World Cup. He's going to be going up against the Nico Williams, and that's kind of the level of... Well, Nico Williams isn't in that conversation, but he's still a good player. But that's the level of players that he's going to be going up against, and he has to put in good performances against them, and he wasn't good today, offered nothing good offensively. I honestly think Joe Scally dealt with Hakimi better than him, which Scally, I don't think he had a good game, but dealt with Hakimi better than Robinson, and pretty disappointing. And then Aaron Long and Reggie Cannon, very bad. Long, he's out of his depth. I think he's lost a step of pace as well, and his athleticism was really the only thing he had going for him. He was getting burnt a lot by Moroccan players, had to give away a lot of fouls in bad positions. really fell for that dummy that one time and wasn't doing anything playing out of the back. Neither was Cameron Carter-Vickers. I don't think that was part of our game plan, but yeah, he shouldn't be in this team. He had a chance to impress, and he didn't. And Reggie Cannon was disappointing. I was kind of sticking up for Reggie Cannon. I was excited to see him play, but he had a good pass into Haji Wright, and that's about it. He wasn't offering anything going forward, and he was getting kind of abused by the Moroccan team defensively, so really did not like his performance. And I want him to be better than Yedlin, but I don't think he's done enough to earn that position, and he's probably going to be out of the team. So yeah, a couple of really great individual performances, but again, holding this team to a World Cup standard, not the best all around. I think the substitutes all did pretty well. Haji Wright was combining very well when he entered the game. Oh, I forgot to talk about Jesus Ferreira. Yeah, Jesus Ferreira, I forgot to talk about him because he was all completely forgettable. Hit a couple of shots early on, missed a pretty decent chance, and MLS form did not carry over to the national team, is what it is. Not really a surprise. And this was the type of game where, we're really struggling with the build, this is the type of game where you want to have he's not a false nine in this team, but a false nine type player, be able to drop into the midfield and help with the build-up, and he just wasn't doing that. So yeah, Jesus Ferreira, I don't think he's the solution for the national team. This is probably the only time he's ever earned a call-up, and I think when Ricardo Pepi comes back, I would not have Jesus Ferreira back in this team. Going on to the substitutes, Haji Wright did pretty well today. He was combining very well. I think people get surprised on how good his first touch is. He's a very good technical player, and surprisingly not great in the air, but very good performance by Haji Wright. Could have done better on one of the chances he had, but scored the penalty. Really like to see that. Hopefully that gets him going. And his hold-up play was very good. His first touch was really good. And I think I have him over Jesus Ferreira in this team now. Defensively, Cameron Carter-Vickers looked pretty good. He did miss one header that could have led to a goal, but I think it was more on the Moroccan player being really good than him really messing up too much. But that should have been better. But he had a very solid game. I think better than Aaron Long. And with Cameron Carter-Vickers, he's somebody who I feel like can have a hard time adjusting to new environments. He does very well eventually, but I would have liked to have seen him get called in earlier, because I feel like when he first moves to a new team, because he's gone out on loan so many times, when he first moves there, I feel like he's had trouble adjusting at first, but did very well today, and I'd like to see him a bit more. Probably like to see Eric Palmer-Brown start next game, but good job by Cameron Carter-Vickers. Joe Scally, not great today. He offered nothing going forward. I think the penalty wasn't a penalty. Ball don't lie. I can't have been the only one screaming that after it hit the post. But I think he did better against Hakimi than Robinson did, which it is something you have to take note of. I don't think Hakimi was at his best today, but still, he did do better. He made a couple good tackles, recovered very well, and did a good job, but not a good performance. I can't say he played very well today. Malik Tillman, fine for a debut, but a couple decent moments, but wasn't that good. And similarly with Weston McKennie, I'm really happy he's back, but it looked like his first game back. He'll get better as time goes on, but yeah, can't say it was that good. And Luca de la Torre came on and just looked amazing, like he always does when he comes on as a substitute, just dominates the play. I was talking about how static our team was in the build-up play. When he came on, just dynamic. And, man, he's faster than I give him credit for. He came on and looked really good. I'd love this guy to come on as a substitute in the World Cup, because just does amazing. And a couple of really nice performances. I really liked Haji Wright. I think he proved himself. Cameron Carter-Vickers, I think he done enough to show that he deserves to stay. And Luca de la Torre looked amazing. And for the starters, really liked Pulisic, Aaronson, Weah, Zimmerman, decent performance, Matt Turner, decent performance, and it's a couple of really good jobs, but again, team as a whole could be better. I'm not sure how we do against a top club. Gonna be interesting to see how we do fair against Uruguay, but overall, 3-0 win. Have to be happy with that. Very good performance, and yeah, that's all I have to talk about right now. So yeah, see ya.